So today is August the 30th of the year 2021, and I don't really have a topic or subject in mind. I just figured I'd come outside, sweat like a fat fucking pig, and record a video while the sun's fucking blazing. So I don't know why. Look at all these little squares. I look at all these little squares and everything that's happening in Pakistan or Nostradamuscan or Afghanistan, one of those, right? Everything that's happening over there, and the current ongoing situation that has been poorly handled by the fucking the Honkler-in-Chief and the United States presidency when it comes to the southern border here in South Texas. And it's funny, almost a month ago they were gonna like come and talk about, you know, Kamala Harris was gonna, you know, come to Texas and talk about border issues, and she fucking goes to like El Paso for like 2 hours and then just goes back to wherever the fuck she came from. And it's like, yeah, well that didn't solve or say anything in regards to the border crisis here in South Texas, but okay. But yeah, I see all those little squares. I see those little bricks laying on the ground, and I see 4 lines. I see 4 imaginary lines. Lines made up by the squares on top of it, on the bottom, on the left, on the right, horizontal, vertical. And I see a square with 4 lines, but if the square's in and of itself and by itself, well then it's just a square, right? And I was just thinking, it got me to thinking, I don't know why, but I know this is like been proposed and rejected, and people think you're a fucking troll when you propose these ideas, but what if borders are primitive? Like as a species, as you know, humanity, if we don't want to fucking nuke each other and blow each other up with nuclear weapons anytime fucking soon, which seems to be the case, yeah, if the species wants to continue and flourish and not die by nuclear weapons, atomic bombs, and fucking radiation, what if until we rid the idea and the philosophies of borders, then we're never gonna go anywhere as a species. We're never gonna get anywhere. And it's like, well, yeah, you can be like, well, the people in power will never let that happen, KeyMo, because you have to keep people divided, and you have to keep countries divided, and you have to keep cultures within their own cultures, because then wars happen and chaos, and it's like, what the fuck's the difference between what's happening right now? Is there a difference? If magically, hypothetically, all invisible borders cease to exist, do Homo sapiens not have the capacity to just wake up one fucking day and realize that, well, hey, either we're gonna live together or we're all gonna fucking die alone and miserable? Oh, well, it's more complicated than that. Of course, it's always fucking more complicated. It's always, oh, you're simplifying reality. You're simplifying reality, KeyMo. You're fucking simplifying my reality, asshole. That's not the way reality works. Well, in the 1800s, 1700s, the age of Nicholas Copernicus or Galileo Galilei, their reality worked different than our reality. And if you were opposing or you were talking negatively or proposing that, hey, maybe your religion is bullshit, maybe the earth does revolve around the sun, if you proposed those ideas, you'd be either fucking stoned to death, burned on a fucking pole, or fucking be put in prison the rest of your life for heresy. So, because you didn't believe what every other Christian or Catholic believed, so if you believed that the earth revolved around the sun, that was heresy, that's going against the word of God, and you're gonna fucking be burned at the fucking stake. But, yeah. Their reality isn't our reality. The world, the 1800s, compared to now, the 21st century, isn't the same reality. The 1900s and now isn't the same reality. The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, only decades apart, weren't the same reality, at least here in the United States of America, and I'm pretty sure that goes for most of the world as well. But, what if that's the punchline, that's the Kool-Aid, that's the Pizza Hut $5 off coupon, that's her Golden Corral, that's her fucking Coca-Cola, it's her fucking Dr. Pepper, it's her fucking Burger King. And the punchline is, what if borders are primitive? And until we come to that realization, or until we come to that epiphany, we're always going to be fucked. We're never going to advance to that next level. We're never going to advance as a whole, as a species, as Homo motherfucking sapiens. We will never evolve in our next step of evolution until we realize that borders are primitive. Oh, then what the fuck are you gonna do? And how the fuck are you gonna do it? And da-da-da-da. Well, obviously it's gonna take a team effort, right? Now, granted, getting 100 people on the same page in regards to anything these days is a fucking impossible. So yeah, getting 7, 8, whatever the fuck the number's at right now, let's just say 750 billion 999,999,821 human beings to all be on the same page in regards to getting rid of borders and trying to live together as a species. And it's like, well, that can never happen. So you're admitting that the war gene in our brains, from hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of evolution, the war gene is always going to be God, right? Which I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, man. Maybe that's why we're fucked. The war gene, survival of the fittest, give and take and give. You know, maybe we've reached the pinnacle of our evolution, and now with these gizmos and gadgets and technology and the internet and the World Wide Web, maybe we're just caught chasing our own tails, and we're slowly circling down that fucking spiral. And every time you fucking flush your fucking toilet and everything spirals towards the center, maybe our existence, our humanity, our individuality, our sense of being is all being flushed down the fucking toilet. And every day, every week, every month, every year, every decade. All the piss, bullshit, and shit just keeps on swirling more and more towards the center. And it's going to be inevitable when it all goes down the fucking drain. Because we were too stubborn. Humanity, humans, Homo sapiens were too stubborn. And we were convinced that there was just no other fucking way. We have to have borders or chaos is going to ensue. Even though right now chaos is ensuing, chaos is unfolding, death is everywhere, and just because it's not in your backyard or your neighbors haven't been talking about it these past couple of days doesn't mean that it's not a fucking reality.